I'm trying to figure out, since when has calling people names ever helped a situation? Like, when has calling someone bad, stupid, ignorant, racist, when has that ever helped? I ran into several people talking about a certain post of an activist going off at a board of police commissions meeting. And some of you might have seen the same thing. And this isn't to nag at her because everyone deals with their problems however they see fit. It's more so a conundrum for me, because going off and telling them how awful they are, what did that solve? What did that fix? How does that help? How does that change? What was the purpose? I mean, because if we're trying to get people to end police brutality, if we're trying to get people to hear our sides, if we're trying to get people to understand where we come from, if we're trying to come to a point where we can find peace and love and joy and happiness, how does that create balance by telling someone how awful of a person they are? And what do you expect them to do with that? Are you expecting them to change? Are you expecting them to have a heart? You already considered them to be an awful person, an indecent person, oftentimes an inhumane person. But we're finding out that a lot of us, and I wouldn't really say a lot of us, but there's some of us who just don't understand what it means to be caring about another human life. We are so hell-bent on this is the law and yada, 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 that we completely forgot that we create the law. The purpose of laws is to bring peace amongst the people. We decide that. We choose how we want to interact with other people, how we want to interact with companies, how we want them to interact with us. We have a voice in that. So going off on other people, what does that solve? I just am sort of confused as to why so many people are excited about someone telling other people, other human beings, that they're awful. That's still somebody's mom. That's still somebody's dad. That's still somebody's grandparents. That's still somebody's cousin. That's still somebody's best friend. That's still somebody's somebody. So telling them that they're not something or they're bad for this and that, what does that change? How does that help? I just want you to think about that the next time you go off on somebody, because when someone goes off on you and calls you nasty, dirty things, how do you feel? Does that make the situation better or worse? Does the person actually end up coming around? Do you actually end up coming around? Especially if it's coming from a stranger? I don't know. I don't really know if that holds true, and I am a big fan of trying to make peace at whatever cost. If that means I gotta hold my tongue and not tell someone how bad they are, then I will. Because that's not gonna solve anything. So try and do things that solve the actual problem. Just think about it. In the meantime, I love you. Have a happy day, and I believe in you. Thanks.